The yeah, that Zoom sounds so ominous. Anyway, never mind. I think we have two groups of people. We have, we have friends of mine and friends of the team. We have some people from the NGO Make a Difference, and we have some folks from Hope UC. So whichever group you're from, or no group at all, don't worry, just be welcome. What I'd like you to do is to start things off is if you put in the chat something you're grateful for and the city you're in right now. Yeah, I know we're going to be Bangalore heavy, but still, yeah. So something you're grateful for in the city you're in. Vaccine this Monday. Like, by the way, guys, Akshay is doing some fantastic stuff in the music and culture space. Runs an interesting organization called REC. It doesn't actually mean destroying things. It's a complicated name. We'll get into that at some point. Maybe not. Grateful for the weather. Friends group. Grateful for health, art, work, city Bangalore. Friends who have kept me sane. Grateful for a sense of humor. Hi, Mark. Supriya, Bangalore, grateful for a healthy week. Just sanity in these times. Welcome, Sanya. Okay. Please, if you haven't said hi and introduced, just the city you're from and something you're grateful for, please do that. Welcome, Joe. Okay, so we got a good mix. We got Hyderabad, Chennai, Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi. All right, good. That's the tricolors of India. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of a tool called Menti. I'm going to ask Anne, who's the co-facilitator on this call, to lead it. Anne, over to you.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Just give me a second. I'm going to take over sharing so that I can show you what the actual Menti looks like. So if you guys have never used Menti before, this is just a quick, instructional. So what I want you to do is take out your phones, go to menti.com, and you'll see a code on the screen. You just need to enter that code, and we're going to do a quick icebreaker. This is a really fun one. We've done it multiple times now, and I think we get some really interesting responses every time. So the question is, what's your lockdown nickname? And your first name is a word that you're going to use to describe your past week. And the last name is whatever you had for breakfast this morning. So for example, if you had an intense week, your first name is intense, and then dosa or eggs or cereal, whatever it is that you had for breakfast. Okay. Meh, dosa. Wow, that could be a review. Okay, flow biryani. Love it. Okay.
Hi, Jay.
Sleepless coffee. Oh gosh. Weirdly appropriate. Come on, guys. If you can log in.
You just go to menti.com.
Yeah.
And then use the code and then type in your responses.
Lazy chicken. Okay. Energetic toast. Love that. Love that. Okay. We'll just wait for a few more responses. I know we've got about 23 people on the chat, on the call, so we'd love to hear from everybody. Quarantined PB&J. Oh my gosh. My heart goes out to you, whoever you are. Okay, crazy paratha. I hear you. I hear you. Horrible chapati. Oh no. Yeah, my heart goes out to you too, whoever you are. Online idli. I love that one. I think that's one of the best ones we've got. Hectic scrambled eggs. I hear you. I think we have some people who've just joined in. We're doing a quick icebreaker on menti.com. So what you're going to do is take out your phones, go to menti.com on your phone, in your browser, and put in the code that's on the screen. It's 41935086. Can I request that if you're not speaking, you mute yourself? Because I think I can hear some background noise. Yes, thank you. Okay, interesting lemon tea. I hear you. Normalcy eggs. Wow, jealous of whoever has got normalcy back in their lives right now. Busy banana bread. That sounds lovely. Slow mashed potatoes. Got some interesting breakfasts here, guys. Banana bread, mashed potatoes, lemon tea. Okay. I think most people have sent in their responses, so I'm just gonna hand back over to Akshay. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And all right, guys. So just want to spend a minute sharing a little bit about us. So this is, Project Ripple started as a small group of church friends, and we've been looking at how we can impact the social space, and now we've expanded into sort of a little bit of a network, primarily helping NGOs thinking about their fundraising. We raised 20 lakhs so far, and now we're launching this new thing, which is using hackathons. So anyway, so that's basically it. So Discover session is kind of the kickoff for that. A hackathon has a specific focus and a fixed time, and you do it in a group. So this is not a hackathon, but we've got some simple ones. We've got 2 coming up that you can sign up for and do in a very short period of time. And we're testing this. The idea is particularly right now we have a program for college students, and a lot of working professionals wanted to be involved. So in response to that, we've come up with this idea. We'd love your feedback on it. So I request that you have your videos on. It's really going to make a big difference to the interactions, preferably on your laptop. Please use the chat. This is fairly interactive, and we're going to go quite quickly. So hopefully this sets you up. This is just we're going to be sharing a lot, hopefully, as we go forward, sharing a lot of methodologies and techniques that we've learned. We spent a lot of money learning it. And we're going to request that you use whatever you learn in a not-for-profit or in a personal way, but not for commercial use. That's just a request from our end. You're free to do it whichever way you want, but this is a request from our side. And the intention here is to get more and more generous with the way we share lessons we've learned, around being innovative. Okay. Now I'd like you to just quickly to baseline this conversation. Our intent is to help you become more and more innovative as you spend time in this community. So I want you to take a minute and just type in the chat, what according to you is innovation? So just type what and then write, what do you think is innovation? And we're going to go through this super quickly. And try and don't use one word solutions, yeah? Try and stretch it out like Supriya has put down, yeah? A new solution for an old problem, super. Solves real life problems, got it. Borrowed from you. When you do something faster and better, okay. Shashank, finding a solution to an existing problem, being creative as possible, okay. Coming up with solutions, okay. I think we've got a good breaking things, rebuilding them in a better way. Awesome. Why does innovation matter? So just type why and then give your answer. For the future, says Joe, okay. Change is all around us, okay. It drives sustainable growth for improving life. To be updated, says Ganesh, to make life easier and better. Got it. Okay, so that we don't become complacent. Let's do the next question. Now, this is not a competition, and this is just a reflection. On a scale of 1 to 10, how innovative am I? 10 being the high score and 1 being, like I can't innovate to save my life. Yeah. And this is not a competitive thing, guys. It's just an awareness exercise. Yeah. So I'm seeing some 6s, some 7s, some 4s, some 8s, a solid 5. Got it. It's not any kind of 5, it's a solid one. Yeah. Okay. We got 3, we got 7.9, fairly precise. Okay. Now I want you to think about what is the barrier I'm facing when it comes to being more innovative. What is it that I struggle with? So put down barriers that either you see you struggle with or you see other people struggle with. Technical issues, okay. A fear of failure, okay, got it. Comfort zone, got it. Mental health issues, procrastination. Barriers defining the problem, okay. Norms, a mind block, laziness, balancing creativity and relevance, got it. Leverage capital, stagnation, not learned how to think in that way, got it. Too many commitments, got it. Self-doubt, okay. All right, so this is just a rain check. Yeah, this is just a rain check around innovation. We're going to give you, we're setting up 3 opportunities for people, for us to form a community around innovation. One is the Discover session, which is the 75-minute session. Number 2 is something called Tiny Habits. It's a 5-day challenge, and we're going to launch it today, and you can be part of it. It's on a WhatsApp group, and it involves Instagram. We're going to explain all of it, and it's entirely optional. And then there's a 14-day one called a podcast hackathon, where you'll interview an NGO, and on your behalf, we will give 4 weeks of support to help them engage their communities better. Okay, so there are going to be 3 different ways we can help you get better as an innovator. These are opportunities, and the idea is to build a community around which, irrespective of where we are in India and eventually the world, we support each other. Yeah. So, all right, we're going to go into the first breakout room. Please switch your videos on because people would like to talk to another human being. If you're in a place where it's a little shady or you are a little shady, then don't do that. But no, it's just joking. Yeah. Okay. The question is very simple. Just go around the room, introduce yourself. We're going to do small groups of 4. And after you've introduced and keep your introduction short, I want you to answer answer this question. Looking at me, you wouldn't say that. For example, looking at me, you wouldn't say that I almost dropped out of college. Yeah, as an example. Yeah, and it has to be something true. It can't be like looking at me, you wouldn't say that I am a magical dragon at night or something like that. Okay, it has to be something people can believe. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be something people can believe. It has to be something that is true. Yeah, so very simple. Introduce yourself. We're going to do groups of 4, right? And you answer the question. Looking at me, you won't say that. And this is a chance for you to be a little vulnerable. I learned this exercise from a guy that leads restoration groups, in the US. And he's a huge guy, and he saw his dad, lost his dad to gun violence. And this is one of the exercises he does to get groups to get together. And I found it very powerful. So yeah, let's do breakout rooms. 4 people, introduce yourself and answer the question. Looking at me, you wouldn't say that. Yeah, and don't scandalize people, okay? Like I have a third eye or something like that. Yeah, so just like manageable, okay? Yeah. Okay, we'll see you back in 5 minutes. Welcome back. I think it's going to take another 30 seconds for everybody else to get back.
Hi, could I ask a question till then?
Yes, Ritika.
The thing is, I got to know about Project Triple and Discover sessions from MAD.
Yeah.
So could you tell me more about it? I actually joined in late because I was waiting in the Google Meet thing. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, we're basically trying to build digital communities, and this is a new experiment where people can come together and then we take challenges together. So we have a challenge called Tiny Habits, which is a 1-week-long challenge. And then we have a podcast challenge, hackathon, which is 2 weeks where you interview an NGO, and then we, on your behalf, give 4 weeks of support to them. You'll get a hang of it as we go along. No worries. Yeah, I've been involved in MAD for 10-12 years, so the vibe is very similar. Right? Okay. All right, everybody, welcome back. Maybe take a minute and just type in the chat any reflections. What was that like? Anything that was interesting? Anything that you found challenging? Anything? Yeah, we'll just take a minute on that. And since this is sort of a hackathon format, the model is going to be do something and then review, do something and review. Yeah, so this is just kind of the welcome exercises. Those of you all that have just joined us, we just did our first exercise and introductions. Please include yourself, be at ease. The goal is to have some fun and hopefully meet some interesting people and soon make some difference as well with that. Yeah, so we're just reflecting on the first breakout. It was awesome. Thanks, Joe. Just assume everybody. Okay, a social space, everyone being purposeful. Guys, if you say a little bit more between awesome and great, will help get some granularity or some understanding of what it is. Don't worry about whatever you shared, we'll keep going. Yeah. Enjoyed the format, allowed me to connect at some level. Got it, Varun. And inside, I came away from the breakout room. It's really easy to pretend online than in real life. And therefore affected the way the interactions are. Yeah. Good icebreaker. Okay. So we're just saying what was one reflection or takeaway from that exercise. I'm going to give it 30 seconds more. Great meeting new folks in MAD, learned. Yeah, Jitin Junior is like the grandfather in MAD. You know? So vaccine choices, series recommendations, got it. A good connection exercise is good to know how we might not know and connect on so many different ideas. Okay, awesome. Okay, it's good to connect with other people, especially during lockdown. Welcome, Mark. All right, I'm going to move to the next exercise. Okay, this exercise is a little bit of an innovation exercise. It's called the perfect system, or you could think of it as really bad advice. Okay, really bad advice. Your job is to come up with the best way to make sure you or people around you are not innovative. Understood? So you have to come up with really bad advice. For example, can somebody just type in the chat? Give me some examples of really bad advice. How to make sure you and people around you are not innovative. Everything is fine, don't worry. Yeah, be passive aggressive. Deeply passive aggressive, not just passive aggressive. You must be deeply, okay? There's a quality to it. Yeah. Don't ask questions. Be transparent and dig your nose on camera. Yeah, you'll definitely get kicked out soon. Yeah. Just blindly follow, keep dissing all ideas, just skip on your thing. Can I make jokes? No, Mark, no. The guys can't handle it. Yeah, they just met you. They start judging. Yeah. Mark's sense of humor is like, yeah, you need to be mentally ready for it. Chill out, everything will work out. Nothing matters anyway. Well done. You guys are winning this one. Okay. All right. Here's what I want you to do. We're going to go back into breakout rooms and I want you to come back with your 3 best advice to make sure you are not innovative. Okay. Everybody got this? Okay. Quickly. Just quickly go into breakout rooms. We may move you all around a little bit. So if you find somebody new in your group, don't worry about it. It's by plan. Yeah?
Say that again, Akshay. We come up with 3
of your really bad advice. Yeah, what are your best? Yeah, to make sure that you or other people around you don't innovate. So we've got like some treasure trove. Some PhD scholars have already contributed many ideas here. So we can build on that. Yeah. We'll see you back in 5. Okay. Yeah. Welcome back. All right. Here's what I'd like you to do, and this may be a little uncomfortable. I want you from that discussion to pick the one that you think stops you the most. Okay, when it comes to being innovative. Yeah, so not now general world peace type of thing. What's yours? Yeah. So like for example, mine is I have an idea about what needs to be done, but sometimes I don't feel like I'm good enough, or sometimes I feel like I don't have enough support. Yeah, so those are the 2 most common ones I tend to hold myself back. I don't hold myself back too often, but when I do, those are the ones. Play safe. Okay, got it. Don't take risks, play safe. Got it, Jay. Be in comfort zone. Got it, Ganesh. What's your favorite flavor? This is how it's always been done. Got it, Junior. Take 1 or 2 more. Do you really want to do this? Is this what you're passionate about? Yeah. And nobody knows what passion really is, right? Am I really passionate? Leads to an entire thing. How can I, just one person, make a difference? Well done. For me, it's being too complacent. Got it. I will have to explain to a lot of people. Got it. Keep your heads down and just follow instructions. It's only for dreams. It's not for me. Got it. Well done, guys. All of these could be anti-motivational books, titles you can put there. These dreams are not for you. Put your head down and just follow. Do what you're told. Yeah. All right. Well done. Well done. Okay. So this exercise is called really bad advice or building the perfect system. You have the perfect system to get the worst result. Yeah. So hopefully that got you thinking, got you connecting. Now we're going to get into the very first sort of slightly bigger challenge. Well, it's not a big challenge, but so it's based on the work of BJ Fogg. He's a Stanford professor. If you've used Instagram or Facebook, you're using a lot of his insights. His basic thing is people grow in 3 ways. When you change an environment, like you join a CrossFit group, or you join a group that has the values that you want, or you experience an epiphany or have an insight, or you build habits. Yeah. And his research around habits shows that the best way to build habits is to make them tiny, number one. Okay, so you need pen and paper for this. Okay. I mean, you don't really need, but it'll be good if you have it, right? So make it tiny and then build it on top of a pre-existing habit. Yeah. So this is one that I did for a while, and I picked it up from his research. After I go to the bathroom, I will do 1 push-up. Everybody got that? Yeah. So it's tiny, it's 1. And then my celebration is I say yes. Okay. All right. Everybody got that? So make it tiny and then put it after a pre-existing habit. Everybody got those 2 pieces? Okay. The principle here is you build confidence by trying new things, learning from it, and then so you commit, you take action, you build confidence, and then you repeat it. Yeah. So don't wait to feel confident. That's the pitfall. Now, what I want to, So what I want to do over here is just deconstruct it. After I go to the bathroom, I will do 2 push-ups. Yeah. Everybody got this? Now, what we're going to do is to take on a 7-day challenge. Actually, it's 5 now. And we are iterating this. Okay. It's a WhatsApp group where you're going to practice a tiny habit for a week. Okay, it can be anything you want. And if you're comfortable, to share it also on Insta, right? And the idea is to form this conversation where people are building habits, innovating together, and hopefully this becomes a self-generative conversation. This is an optional. If you want to do it, you can do it. We will give you an invite to a WhatsApp group after you fill the form. There'll be a form that will come up, right? And the idea is just practicing doing something new, very small, very tiny. It will take you less than 5 or 10 minutes. And if you want to level it up, to do it in a group. And if you want to level that up, to share it on Insta. Whatever you're learning, whatever you're picking. Yeah. And feel free to opt out if you're not feeling ready about this. Don't like, no stress. Okay. So very simple. You're going to build a tiny habit and you're going to do it for 5 days, or at least 3 days, or at least some number of days more than 1. Everybody got this? And ideally do it in a WhatsApp group. Is this cool? Yeah. Okay. So I want you to pick a habit and I'm going to read out, pick something personal, not like world peace and all of that. Something simple, right? So I've got 8 of them. You can pick all of them, or you can pick one of them, or you can create your own. Yeah. So I'll give you some examples. It should say, write a gratitude journal for 5 minutes, take a short walk, 10 minutes high intensity exercise, 5 minutes of listening to a calm meditation app, set up a no screens alarm 1 hour before I sleep, write out my top 3 outcomes for the day before I start it. Loo learning. So this was actually a thing I read up, which is instead of randomly scrolling through Instagram, you'll read or listen to something that when you're in the bathroom, right? Hopefully not when you're having a bath. Then have a reminder to slow down and wrap your day, pick something else. Yeah. So what I want you to do is just go through this list and pick one habit you would like to practice for the next week. Because creativity and innovation is one of those things where you can't conceptually learn it. You have to try things, right? So let's try it in a way that's simple and is supportive. So pick a number and type it in the chat. Varun, he's not the Atomic Habits guy. He's kind of the BAP of those guys. He's like there's this habit to be, no, Mark, you can pick another one if you want, but it needs to be tiny. And it needs to be personal and simple. Clean up after painting. Got it. Yeah. So Ritika, you may want to make it. I will stretch 2 times before sleeping. You get what I'm saying? As small as possible. Yeah. 5 exercises a day. Handstand after waking up. So Anush, you want to say handstand for 1 minute? I don't know if that's too much, but okay. Like small. That's the basic point. Yeah. Drink 1 liter immediately after waking up. Okay, cool. 15 minutes of technical reading. Got it. Draw rather than write. Okay, got it. 5-minute walk after dinner on the roof. Super. All right. If you've picked a habit, can you write it in the structure? After an existing habit, I will new habit. Yeah. And BJ Fogg's research shows that the fastest way to build habits is to feel good about it. So you want to end with a celebration. So a celebration could be, yes, it could be listening to your favorite music. It could be, I mean, not something like over the top that you can't do, like, you know, like I did this once, let's all go to Goa. You know, that'll be a little hard to repeat every day. Yeah. So something simple, right? So just write down your tiny habit, guys. After an existing habit, I will tiny habit, tiny celebration. Yeah. And this is just practice, okay? I'll show a joke with Anne after. I don't know if Anne wants that. It's like here's my gift, and people are like, no, we don't want it. No, I'm just joking. Maybe I'm not, but anyway. Yeah. Did everybody get the structure of it? After an existing habit, I will new habit, and if you want a tiny celebration. After journaling 10 minutes. After waking up, I will journal for 10 minutes. Perfect. After waking up, I'll do a headstand for, okay. After painting every day, I will clean up the brushes. Got it. After my journal time, I will make a stretch. Yeah, got it. Shash, you've got to say sugarless coffee is after something. Yeah, that's the structure. Yeah. After dinner, I will go for 5-minute walk. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, I'm going to give you a pro tip now. Yeah, the pro tip is I want you to change something in your environment. Either put an alarm, or for example, let's take Supriya's thing off. After I paint, I will clean things up. She can put a post-it note saying clean up after painting before she starts painting. Is that making sense? So make a change to your physical environment or put an alarm in place. Everybody got this? And it'll increase your chance of keeping. Let me give you one. I used to walk in the morning and I used to struggle to remember to do it. And then I just made one change that made all the difference. I wore socks the previous night. And something about waking up with socks just triggered the habit of wearing shoes and then going for a walk. Does that make sense? So it could be something really tiny, a change in your physical environment or a reminder. Okay. I think I'm almost done. Yeah. Okay. So here's what I'd like you to do. I don't know if you have enough time. We don't have enough time. Okay. So how many of you are feeling comfortable with the tiny habit piece? Put a smiley or ask a question. Because I just want to make sure. We wanted to do one more breakout, but we're slightly behind time. Because a bunch of happy people. Huh? Does anybody have any questions? Hi, Roger. Good to have you with us.
Hey, nice to be here.
Yes. Perfect. So we're in the middle of an exercise around building habits, but just observe and I think you'll catch up. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. So level 1 is creating your tiny habit. Yeah. I think most of us have done it. Level 2 is to do it in a group. So we're going to form a WhatsApp group just for 5 days for you to practice a tiny habit you took up. Okay. Level 3 is to do that and share your lessons on Instagram. And the reason we're doing this is we want to see if we can form a community of people that are part of this hackathon culture. where we're trying new habits, trying new techniques. There's a bigger challenge than this called the podcast challenge. And the goal with everything is to learn to innovate by doing stuff, yeah, rather than talking about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Anne to lead us through the Instagram part. We're calling this Dare and Share. It's like everything else is entirely optional. Anne, over to you.
Thanks, guys. Okay, just 1 second. I'm going to take over sharing as well so that I can just take you guys through it. Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So like Akshay shared, we do want to make sure that, if you guys are comfortable with sharing on Instagram, then we can rally a community together across these hashtags, across our platform as well. So I'm just going to take you through what the format looks like so that you're also comfortable with it, right? So the first post, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you can take screenshots of all of this so that you don't lose your way. Yeah.
Yes. We've got screenshots, and also once you join the WhatsApp group, we'll have something in the group description that just has all of the steps. So you can take it from there, or you can take a screenshot from here as well. Yeah. All right. So the first post is basically just sharing context to your audience on Instagram, just saying, like, hey, I'm part of a social experiment, encouraging people to try something new. What are you doing for the first time? And we'll be using the hashtag Dare and Share, and this is Dare and Share in words, not using the ampersand symbol, because otherwise it doesn't register as a hashtag. So hashtag Dare and Share, and then you will tag us at Discover Sessions. You see our handle on the slide here. Yeah. So this is what one of the posts look like. So if you're starting on a Monday, we'll be starting this on the Monday, right? So we have different hashtags for each day. This is what one of the posts look like, just an image and a description of what you're doing. Yeah, so I'm just going to take you through some of the steps on, in case some of you are not using Instagram stories, you're not sure how to go about it, I'm just going to take you through it step by step. Forgive me if this sounds patronizing, but you never know, right? So so what you're going to do is take a picture of what you're doing, whether you're painting. If you can do a video of you doing a handstand, that would be great. Taking a picture of, your sugarless coffee, whatever it is, right? So you're going to take a picture of what you're doing. Next, you're going to open Instagram, go to your story, and you'll see the create button here, which is circled. Once you hit that, you'll be able to type something on your screen. So you're going to type hashtag Dare and Share, hit next. You see, oh, just hold on, my Lenovo logo is on top of that. Yeah, so you'll see this button that signifies stickers. You're going to tap on stickers and you'll be able to add pictures from your gallery. And here you can select the picture that you've taken earlier. Once you've done that, it should have popped up your picture onto the screen. You can tap anywhere to bring up your keyboard. And then describe what you're doing, right? For example, here we've just put down you're reading a book. And for the first day, we're going to use the hashtag #PostItMondays and then tag us at Discover Sessions, and also use the hashtag so we can reshare and get that community going. We'll also be using a couple of other hashtags through the week. For example, on Wednesdays, we're using WhatsApp Wednesdays and hashtag #FinishItFridays for Friday. The rest of the steps and the format is the same. You're going to pull up a picture of what you're doing for that particular day. And the format is pretty much the same thing, right? I think there's a couple more examples of what that looks like. Yeah, so whether you're doing, 5 pages or so, you're saying, okay, I've read from this page to this page. And just as a description of what that activity is, it could be the same thing every day if you're doing the same habit, right? So WhatsApp Wednesdays, and then we've got Finish It Fridays. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. I think we're done. Yeah, I'm going to hand over back to Akshay.
Awesome. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back into breakout rooms to discuss our tiny habit. Do you want to do this at the WhatsApp group level? Do you want to do it at Instagram level? And everything is optional, okay? But the goal is to learn by doing. And the goal is to build relationships as you go about it. Yeah, it's that simple. So the one thing is that we're going to close this Tiny Habits Challenge on Friday, which is the coming Friday. So I want to check Friday 7 to 7:45 is what we're thinking. And that's an optional meeting. Does that work for you? We can move it to 7:30 to 8:15 alternatively. So give me an option A, which is A or B. What would you prefer? So A is 7 to 7:45. And B is 7:30 to 8:15. So I think A is. I spoke too fast. I was like, A is dominating. There's like a whole bunch of these. Yeah. Okay, guys, we'll do A. If you can't make it to the meeting, try and make it, because we're going to launch the podcast hackathon, which is the next thing, which is a little bit more challenging than this. Yeah. And the idea is to learn by doing and to build relationships with friends across the country. Eventually, we want to take it global as well. We'll now do breakout rooms, 5 minutes. Just get your questions answered, get anything. There will be some Instagram Jedi in your group, if this is Jedi level skills, and you can get your questions clarified, just talk through stuff, and then we'll see you back in 5 minutes. Yeah. And then I'm going to introduce. So this will be this week's challenge, and every challenge is optional. If you don't do anything after this, that's completely fine. Yeah. But if you take it up, then you can take up the challenge after that, which is a podcast challenge. And I'm going to introduce that when you guys come back. Okay. So we'll see you back in 5 minutes. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Looks like we're the only ones here.
20 seconds. Everybody will come back.
This person that announces that this meeting is recorded, is there a setting you can turn off? Because this is the first time I'm hearing it.
It's new, and it's for people to have consent to being recorded,
consent.
basically.
But
If you say no, then you drop out.
Leave the meeting. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I spent 2 whole days on Zoom and I didn't hear it. Maybe it's just like a version thing, perhaps.
Yeah. I think you just need to update it.
Welcome back. Okay. Hey, Chandendu. Hi.
Hi, sorry, I just kept popping out and popping in.
No worries.
It's your internet connection. It's not us. Okay. Just clarify. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. All right. What we are going to do. So hopefully that gave you a setup. And if you can put the WhatsApp group. So we're going to get some forms filled. We got a couple more exercises, but we're just putting a WhatsApp group. If you want to do this as a group, whoever wants to do it, please click on the link and join the WhatsApp group. I'm going to continue with, we've got a few more things. We'll finish at 8:15. Okay. There we go. Okay. Got that. Okay. I just want to introduce the idea of 14-day hack, the podcast hackathon. The idea here is very simple. We'll teach you how to use a Zoom call, and you reach out to an NGO and understand the reason why the founder started that organization. Okay. And we tested this. It's quite inspiring as an experience to do. Typically do it with a friend. And after that, if they want support in us helping them build community or us helping them with their crowdfunding, we will help them for 4 weeks for free. We don't have a paid service yet after that, but we're thinking of something. And any money that comes in will go towards funding more work like this. I don't draw a salary from any of this. This is all voluntary work. So that's the next level challenge if you want to take the challenge. But for now, we'll only focus on this. Friday, those of you all that are taking the challenge up, please put a reminder down for 7 to 7:50. And anyway, we'll do more details about the podcast thing. I don't want to disturb you, but I just want you to know that the idea is to take progressive challenges and just see how well this goes and what you learn and all that. Yeah. And the bigger question we're asking is, what does healthy virtual volunteering look like? We're trying to figure that out. Yeah. Okay. I have a form for you guys to fill. If you are from MAD or Make a Difference, mention that. Or if you're in Hope UC, if you're not, don't bother. Mention that in the form. It's only 3 questions: your name, your email. I think there's like 1 or 2 more questions. Just please fill that form up. Yeah. And do you want to take the 7-day challenge or the 14-day challenge? Yeah. So, and if you could put that in the chat.
Yeah, it's done.
Oh, it's there. All right. I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to join the WhatsApp group and fill in the form.
There isn't an option of mentioning mad or hope.
No, in your name, just write bracket mad or hope.
Okay.
So a couple of you all just dropped out. I'll just repeat. One, we have a form in the chat. I'm going to copy and send it again. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So the form is just your email, phone number, and whether you want to take the 7 or 14-day challenge. Sorry, my dog's making a fuss. Yeah. So don't worry about
doubt. Can I ask?
Yeah, one second. Don't worry about the 14-day podcast. Right now, we're only doing the Tiny Habits Challenge. If you finish this, then the next thing is so the idea is to progressively take bigger and bigger challenges. Chandendu, I hope that explains it. Yeah, Ritika?
So my question was, do you guys have any time period, like during this time, the 14-day challenge you're planning? Because
we're starting it next Friday. So we're starting it next Friday.
Oh,
and if you're on the list and you can't join it that time, don't worry. If you're at least in the WhatsApp group, you'll get updates of upcoming challenges. So the idea is we're going to build, I think we're going to have one more challenge, which may be 21 days after this. And again, the eventual goal is you can pick your challenge level and form a group with friends from around the country and try something together. That's what we're testing, you know, how good or bad an idea is that, we'll see. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully you've joined the WhatsApp group. If you want to and filled in the form, please do that. All right. I'm going to give it like 1 more minute and we can awkwardly just look at each other. Yeah. It's what Zoom calls are for. Yeah. It's like the superpower of Zoom. It's like, you know, the weird part when you try and leave the call and you can't find that button or something like that, you know, just smiling like that with the face stuck like that. Those weird moments are the ones that I live for on a Zoom call. Okay. All right.
I can
Anish,
always share jokes if you want, Akshay.
Sorry?
I can always share jokes if you want, Akshay.
Mark, your generosity is always moving and so inspiring. It's so touching. But the thing is that, no, I want these guys to continue being my friends, you know. The endorsement comes with hazards.
You can always say the number of times a person touches their face, which you're not supposed to be doing when you're observing somebody on Zoom.
Why?
You know, you keep doing this, you keep doing that. Gently touching your face.
Okay.
So what's his count, Chandendu?
Yeah, what do you do with the count? Okay, all right. This is a random conversation.
Turn it into a drinking game.
Okay, all right. Hopefully you fill the form up. By the way, that's what we were doing. We were filling the form up in case you lost track of what was happening here. And joining the WhatsApp group, please do that. Okay, all right. How much of time do we have? We don't have enough time. Okay, I'm going to skip. Guys, can we go 4 minutes more? 4-5 minutes more? Okay. You know what? Drop off if we go over because I want to respect time. But we've just, I want to do a review and then I want to do one last exercise, which is, it's called a potluck. We're trying to build a virtual community. And this is a little new for me. So we'll get to that. Ideas, suggestions, people, connections, all this stuff. I want to take a minute and just take a moment and look at one thing that surprised you personally, if anything, and one thing that surprised you about the process, right? And yeah, don't worry about Instagram. You can just put it over here in the chat.
Akshay, can you repeat that last sentence? I didn't hear you.
One thing you liked about the process, or surprised you about the process, needn't necessarily be liked. And one thing that surprised you personally and from a process point of view. Yeah, just type it in the chat. And then we're going to do an exercise that I quite like. By the way, a lot of these Zoom exercises you can, you know, play around with when you run your meetings. Okay, the worst idea. Yeah, got it. Was surprising. Surprised by the process it was moving. One of the more engaging Zoom sessions this week. Thank you, Varun. I didn't know Zoom meetings could be this interesting. Process was quite interesting. The perfect system was the highlight. Yeah, by the way, you can apply the perfect system to anything. I just finished a session with the marketing and sales team, and they were missing their goals. And we did an exercise called, what is your best advice to make sure we never hit our goals? And we came up with some killer stuff and we were laughing, you know. So there's something about the humor of it that allows you to say the bad news without like shooting anybody, you know. Yeah. All right. So, so we have a lot of these tools, by the way, guys. And over the years, we've been collecting the stuff. Now, next thing is, do you have your reminders down Monday, Wednesday, Friday to check in on WhatsApp? By the way, one way to check in on WhatsApp, if you're comfortable with it, is to put your Instagram link in the WhatsApp group and we can follow your learning. Yeah. So if you feel comfortable, if you don't, no problem. Yeah. You can just share on WhatsApp, done. But do you have a reminder down? If you have a reminder, just type R. You have a reminder for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Friday is 7 to 7:50. Yeah. And we're going to review and give you an option to do the podcast challenge. You don't want to do it, no issues. You can come in and you can do a review. Come on, Mark. If you got reminders down, please put an R in the chat. If you don't, now's a good time. Just put reminders down. So literally your tiny habits are like 5-7 minutes. They're not longer than that. Yeah. Are you feeling a little bit like a pirate? I think that's what Mark was going for, you know. I read an article that said apparently pirates never spoke like that, but my pirates do. Right. Okay. All right. I think most of you all have your reminders in place. I want to do one exercise, which is called a potluck exercise. Like I said, we're trying to build a digital community that actually has some depth and friendship, and it'll be challenge based. So we'll take a challenge together and we'll work on things, and then we'll take a break and then come back again and work on a challenge. Yeah. So click on that link. It's called Discover Session Potluck. Can you see that? It's in the chat. And it should look something like this. And based on your breakout room, join the appropriate room. So room 1, room 2, room 3. You can just put your name and you can skip your contact number and email because we already have that. Yeah, skip. Yeah. Now, we're trying to build a support system for NGOs. So if there are NGOs you know, please connect us. If there's social impact consultants, people in the social space, connect us. If there are colleges you know, if you have ideas and suggestions, put it down. And we're going to spend 5 minutes, first 2 minutes filling this up and then brainstorming. Yeah. I'm going to stop sharing this so everybody understands what's happening. Yeah. Room 1 is your breakout room. Please join your breakout rooms and fill this up together. Okay. We'll see you back in literally like 4-5 minutes. Yeah. See you guys. Bye. Team, stay back for 10 minutes. 5 minutes. Everybody else, bye. See you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for making it.